So remembered Power Ranger X, uh, some people, not some, like the rare few are like, why do you play music and then, go over like pictures and stuff like that? And I could talk a lot, right? And that's what I do. It's even a part of my job. Talk, 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 talk. Entertain, 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 talk, and do all that other stuff. And as I told people, pictures are worth 1,000 words, they say, which they really are. And I believe that some pictures are worth more than 1,000 words. And I look at it like, man, instead of talking so much, I can have some music playing and you know what I mean? I go over this art, like it's other people's art, but I kind of like line up the art, you know what I mean? Like I figure that shit out. I gotta get used to these horns. So I'm a little horny right now. So then, like I said, just, that's pretty badass. So I look at it like I am speaking, right? Every little picture I click on and show, and it's like me talking, right? Giving a brief shot of like, you know what I mean? Like of me. And it helps connect others to me, and it just helps people understand me better. Sometimes, most of the time, I'm really not good with words. I'm good at numbers, but with words, I'm a little bit different. So I look at it like, man, thank God we have vision, if you're not blind. And thank God we have a. Sorry if it's not a little stuffy. This mask is literally squeezed up against my nose right here, dude. Like, my nose is like all squeezed up against it. So, yeah, so I look at it like, people get to see a part of me and get to see like, well, how I speak, and it helps me connect with others. It helps others connect with me, and then me and others are connecting with other people, and we all connect in one way. But obviously, like I said, most people don't get it yet. You know what I mean? Like they don't. I mean, I guess yeah, most don't get it yet. They don't understand the concept. They don't understand how to speak and hear. Right? All the words are within here. Like I said, that's why we really got to thank, or thank, for, we got to thank anything for our vision. If you don't believe in God, thank something to give you vision, right? So, like I said, I always thank God or goddess, I thank both God and goddess, for giving me sight and vision. That I'm able to see, because imagine if you were born blind, Power Ranger. If you were born blind, that means you would never be able to really truly experience me and what I do. All you're gonna hear, see, right? You're blind. All you're gonna hear is the music, and then you're not gonna even understand what I'm doing. So, anyways, so let's get back to what we got to do. All right, let's find out Lilith here. Lilith. All right, see what she's up to. Goddess enters my life. She loves, devours, gives birth. Beautiful. And you know what's funny? And let me tell you guys what's funny. If you're a mortal and it says gives birth, again, mortals are automatically trained to think, oh, it's like pops out babies out of her vagina or something. As I told you guys, when it comes to a god or a goddess, we know how to create children with knowledge. We give birth to people with knowledge. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter how old you are, mortal years, it's our type of knowledge that gives birth to you. You know what I mean? So that's where it comes from. Like, it's two different types. Like mortals automatically think of like the birth, like life. Well, if birth wasn't a part of life, then what is it when it comes to knowledge? So again, a superior being, when it comes to their knowledge, or sometimes it's not even knowledge. You know what I mean? It's just like I could create whatever I want and destroy whatever I want. So that's including knowledge, right? So destroying and creating and creating and destroying, like fuck the life, right? I think it's a lot more, I guess we'll use that word, funner. Funner. Destroying and creating knowledge. Destroying and creating life, that's easy. That could be done over and over again. But when you destroy knowledge and you create knowledge, You only can do it one time, and that's it. You can't do it two or three or four times. So, and I'm telling you now, I have a feeling that knowledge hasn't even been destroyed yet. It's been created, but not destroyed. And what's going to happen when you destroy it and you can't recreate it? That's the scary part, right? Now, I know others out there are a little worried about it, like, man, if we destroy knowledge, are we going to be able to create it again? And the answer really is no. But by me saying that, you should be already thinking in your head, like, anything is possible. I'm going to do it. Nobody's ever created knowledge two times. It's only been created once. Nobody's ever even destroyed knowledge yet. You know what I mean? That has been done zero times. So to be the first one to destroy knowledge and to be the first one to create knowledge a second time, man, I give props to you if you're able to do it. I know I could do it, but what's the point of that, right? I want someone else to do it. I want to, I want to see it be done. You know what I mean? Like I could do it over and over again, but I'm talking about everybody else. Like that's what it is. Like nobody's ever going to be able to destroy knowledge and create it a second time. But when I say that, again, you have to tell yourself anything is possible. And you got to look at me as an example as if he can do it, then I can do it. And again, I look at myself as a nobody, but I'm also somebody. I'm a nobody, I'm somebody. I'm nobody, I'm somebody. It goes on and on over and over and over. I'm a nobody, I'm a somebody. I'm a nobody, I'm a somebody. So anyways, yeah, you guys. So I'll lead by example with that, right? So, if I can do it, you can do it, right? Anyways, let's talk about Lilith again. Goddess enters my life. She loves, devours, gives birth. Beautiful and terrifying in her own infinite wisdom. Oh, yeah. Woo. She endows me with the institution of the princess, the abundance of the Empress. Dang, you got both of those there now, right? And a goddess. Damn, I knew she was a lot more than what met the eye, right? The dark beauty of the devil. Ooh, and the power of death. Ooh, I believe in that. Yup. Leading to resurrection and whole. You know what's one thing she never had control of? Sin. Lilith could never control sin because a long time ago, Lilith only knew sin as only one thing. She didn't know that sin is 8 different things right now. Now, mortals obviously will say 7. What up, dude? But there's 8, okay? And obviously, in my Discord, it kind of shows, where the 8th one, it kind of is. The Night of Devils, man. I gotta do Night of Devils? I gotta make you a mod, man. I think I made your last account, in your last account, I made you a mod, but, I was gonna say the connection between, and I don't want to go too far into the connections between, transgenders and transunion. Dude, I'm telling you, man, I was like thinking about it, and something came to me and said, huh. What if there's a connection between people becoming transgender or transgender people? Like, let's just say transgenders are like their own little cult, right? Like everybody has their own cult, right? Just transgenders have their cult, whatever, right? And their cult is transgenders, right? And what if their cult was being run by the trans union, which is one of the main three of the credit bureaus, right? And I just thought about it, like, whoever's in charge of the credit bureaus, or, not credit bureaus, but like if they're that powerful, what if there is something else going on? Like people see credit, people see, and, read the internet and see, oh, this, it's like, what do you mean TransUnion? It's all it is a credit bureau, like everybody uses for your social security, right? And I look at it like, well, that's what others look at it, but you know what I mean? If they're talking about, transgenders and transformers, then why isn't anybody talking about transunion? Obviously transunion is a little bit more real right now than transformers, you know? You know what I mean in a way? So yeah, like I said, I don't know, man. I think there is something weird going on because everybody can't understand, like, man, what's going on with this transgender stuff, going on everywhere, and like how come they're allowing this to happen, or what's, like what the hell, like, more the kids, like the kids are even there's even what like look at you, bro. Oh, like, it's like, it's crazy is like I I look at it like how could I say, like, I don't know, like people don't believe in magic, dude. People don't believe in certain things. Like they're blind, like I always tell people, look behind the movie. You're watching a movie, but look behind it subliminally a little bit, or if not a little bit, like just a little bit, or if the movie, sometimes not even about the movie or the song, it's just the title is supposed to, give you a hint to something, um but like I said, like I just look at it like, out of all names, why is it called TransUnion? And who's trans, right? Like just trans itself, no gender involved, no union involved, right? Just trans, the word trans alone. Now, is that still connected to it, like, see, trans, do you know, is a relation person whose gender identity does not correspond with the, see, and I don't believe in that. I believe this definition right here should be the definition for transgender, right? Because this is wrong. It's still, look right here, it says trans is like, it's trying to fool you, right? It's a person whose gender, it doesn't have even gender. Transgender would be this definition, right? Knight of Devils, if it was the word transgender, this would be the definition. But trans, I don't know, man. I have a feeling there's something else going on, like whoever is trans, whoever is trans, let's just say, let's make them into a person, right? We've been through this before. Let's take trans, let's make them into a person, right? Who are they? What are they trying to hide? How did they get the power to manipulate the internet? That's the way you got to think, And then you got, oh, okay, well, I wonder how they got the power. We got TransUnion, right? TransUnion is a credit bureau. So let's see. Let's see if they got some. Oh, what do you know? They have kids on there, you guys. Wow. These kids don't even have a credit score yet. You know, like let these kids live their life. They shouldn't even have to worry about their credit yet. Maybe when they start turning closer to like, 16, 17 years old, then maybe start talking. But let these kids be free. Why should they have to be worrying about their credit right now? Right, Night of Devils? Why should these kids have to worry about their credit with TransUnion, right? I mean, geez, man, let them live their life. Let them decide on their own what they want to do with their credit, right? So let these kids, all right, TransUnion. I'm talking to all you TransUnion people out there. I think that's me too. I'm part of TransUnion. Hell yeah. So I could say whatever I want about TransUnion. I'm a part of TransUnion. Leave the kids alone, you guys. Jesus. I mean, look at I just click on it and already TransUnion is already trying to go after the kids and shit, man. Like, holy fuck, man. Like, all right, let's sign up, you guys. What do we get? Oh shit, I got an 832 credit. I wish. I think mine's like at 750 right now. Uh, anyways, now you get it, right? Hey, teacher, leave. Hey, teacher, leave them kids alone. Damn, this shit hurts my ear. You know, gotta remember, man, these gods and goddesses of the world, man, they do not give a shit, man. So they look at it like they saved your life. Everyone else will look at it like, oh, all these people died. It's like, nah, their lives are saved. Trust me. You want to die now before you're never gonna die again, because that's what's gonna happen. Is nobody's ever gonna die again, and that's it, dude. You're never gonna be saved because you're not gonna die. If you want to be saved, you have to die. That's the rules. Ever since life was born, that's always been the rules. So that's one rule you can't. Oh yeah, so Night of Devils. So earlier, I don't know if you're in my stream earlier, but we were going over how knowledge has never been destroyed yet, ever since existence ever. It's never been destroyed. So I could do it, but I'm the only one who can do it. So I want to challenge you and others to destroy knowledge. But the only thing is, knowledge can only be created one time. That is it. It cannot be created a second time. So knowledge has already been created once. It can never be created again. And knowledge has never been destroyed thus far, which, I want it to be destroyed. And I'm challenging everybody to destroy knowledge and to create it once more, a second time. Now, it's never been done. It's not supposed to be done. It's against the laws of, it's just against the laws. It's highly illegal to do all of that. But I'm giving everyone a free pass, dude, to destroy knowledge and recreate it. Because that's how confident I am that it's impossible, right? Now, do I think it's possible? Yeah, but that's me thinking, like I know I can do it, and I just want to lead by example and be like, where you could be like, hey, if he can do it, I can do it. So, like I said, so destroying knowledge, dude, and I'm talking all of it, not just going, it's not like a computer, you know what I mean? Just like you're like, even though you destroy knowledge, it's still there. It's like still there, like when you, like when you destroy something in life, that's not destroying knowledge. Like that's life. It's destroying knowledge is another way of doing it. It's a different technique where there's no life involved whatsoever. But like I said, knowledge has always been there. It's been created. It's only allowed to be created once. It can never be destroyed. So I want you or someone else to be the first one, man, to destroy knowledge for the first time and to create knowledge once more a second time. Do you think you could do that, Knight of Devils? I mean, I'll be honest. I think out of all people I've been talking to, man, you would probably be the one where I do believe you could do it. Oh shit.
The baseball park.
Oh yeah, this is a good one. Check this out.
Baseball is played on.
Hell yeah. All right, man. So, check this out. Check this out. I've always talked about football. In my past streams, I did some streams about the NFL. I said it's kind of weird that the NFL has a lot of war calls. I knew Al Davis used to be in the military. We talked about the Raiders. They have the Raiders in the military and the Marines, I believe. We talked about the a really close connection between the NFL and the military. You know, and then of course you got elitists that get involved with all this other stuff too, and there's a bigger game going on. I kind of realized like, wow, this is so true what he just said right now. I never seen this before. And I was like, damn, when I saw it, I was like, damn, that is so cool. Like, because again, I've always looked at football as being some type of war calls, shotgun, bombs, like there's certain calls and certain things about it that has a military, like some type of militariness to it. When it comes to like baseball or other sports besides hockey, because I believe hockey is like football, it just doesn't. I don't know. You can't really hear or see the military calls being involved. When I watch football, watch a little bit of hockey, especially football, I can hear and see every single military call being done. Like I could see the subliminal message behind how the military and the elite use this to deliver the message. Now, again, if they're delivering a message, there's nothing wrong with it because only angels are allowed to deliver messages, right? Even gods, certain gods, not all gods, but certain gods, unless if you're a godly angel or, you're a god and an angel like myself, you could deliver messages, but there are certain gods out there, dude. Like, no joke, there are certain gods out there they are not allowed to deliver messages because they're not an angel. It's like a type, it's like you got to have the DNA in you, I guess in a human mortal way, whatever you got to explain it. You got to have the DNA, and an angel, angelic DNA or some type of angel DNA. And unfortunately, there are some people in this world, they are just, became gods. They never, you know, tried to become an angel or thought, oh, I'm a god, so I'm superior from angels. It's like, no, you're not, dude. Because you don't know, you're not allowed to deliver the message, and if you do, then you know that's it. You're no longer going to hold your power. Like you'll see, you know, angels are a lot more powerful than you think, especially when it comes to like destroying a god. You know, to an angel like myself, an immortal war angel, you know what I mean? To an immortal war angel, dude, nothing gets me more excited than destroying a god. You know, destroying a god is just like the most pleasurable thing because you know they deserve it, because or else I wouldn't be destroying you. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't be destroying you if you didn't deserve it, you know? Even other angels. I take pleasure in destroying other angels because I wouldn't be destroying them if they didn't deserve it, you know? Yeah, demons, they get a little boring, dude, you know? With demons, I act and I become a demon for a demon just to have fun, you know? Does that make sense? I become a demon to destroy a demon just for fun, you know?
Baseball is played on a diamond in a park, the baseball park. Football is played on a gridiron in a stadium, War Memorial Stadium. In baseball, you wear a cap. In football, you wear a helmet. Baseball has a 7th inning stretch. Football has a 2-minute warning. Baseball has no time limit. We don't know how long it's going to last. We might have extra innings. Football is rigidly timed, and it will end even if we have to go to sudden death. Football is based on downs. What down is it? Baseball is based on ups. Who's up? Are you up? I'm not up. In football, you get a penalty. In baseball, you make an error. Whoops. The object of the game in football is for the quarterback, otherwise known as the field general, to be on target with his aerial assault, riddling the defense by hitting his receivers with deadly accuracy in spite of the blitz, even if he has to use the shotgun. With short bullet passes and long bombs, he marches his troops into enemy territory, balancing this aerial assault with a sustained ground attack which punches holes in the forward wall of the enemy's defensive line. In baseball, the object is to go home. I'm going home. I'm going home. Baseball is played on a diamond.
That insect world is the motherfucker of world.
Wasn't that good, dude? Oh man, I didn't even know about that video. Like, if you watch my past streams, like I said, so I knew all that shit about football a long time ago. That's why sometimes it was hard to enjoy it, because I'm like, I was like, you know, this is gonna be rigged today. It's just gonna be, you know, the whole point of this game is just for some military calls for some secret mission happening on the other side of the world, you know. And that's why I said, dude, so sometimes it's not rigged just for the win or the money or this and that. There is some bigger things going on around this world, and they find their ways to do it, you know? Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was the best, dude.
And that praying mantis is the motherfucker.
There's me, dude. I tell everybody, if I was a fucking insect, I've always said this my whole life, since I was a kid, dude. Since I was a fucking kid, I always said I'm a praying mantis. That's always the insect I always was, a praying mantis, dude. And then Black Panther was an animal. Like, I was always a Black Panther as an animal as a kid growing up, and I was always the fucking praying mantis, dude. Those are the two. Like, I don't know why. I think a praying mantis is my insect, my spiritual insect, right? And Black Panther's like my spirit animal, you know, like they have those spirit animals and spirit insects. Like, those are my two right there, dude. Because it's funny, because you're a kid. Like, it's funny, I can rewind it, you know, like being a kid, and I never would, you know, I'm like, damn, I never understood it until like I get older. I'm like, oh shit, I'm starting to understand it a little bit more now. That's why I always said I was a praying mantis. That's why I always said I was a Black Panther, you know.
Or the insect world. They catch bees and they're like, nah, bitch, I'm just gonna eat you. Look at this evil motherfucker. Just grab that bee from behind like he's Hoist Gracie and eat his fucking head.
They look like
Look at
aliens.
They're so scary. They can color themselves to, like, they can look like anything. Look at that. It looks just like a flower. You ever see them kill hummingbirds?
No.
Look at it.
That's crazy.
This is so crazy. So it's just sitting there. Bam. They
Jeez.
pierce the fucking body cavity of that thing with talons and then just drag it up towards it and slowly
God.
consume it. Watch this shit. They eat mice. Oh, hello, little mouse. I'm just a stick. Don't mind me. Bam, bitch! That is a fucking super predator. Do you imagine if that thing was as big as an ostrich? You know how fucked we'd be? That insect world is the motherfucker.
Fucking Joe, dude. It's like can't something create you and just no, that can't work that way. Yeah, I don't know. It's like kind of like saying what like it's kind of like in a way where they say God created everything, but everything created God, or God created everyone, but it was everyone who created God. It's like a weird quantum physics kind of thing. You know, that's why I love that word quantum physics, because all I could do is say that word. And if you know what quantum physics is, I don't need to say nothing else because you know what I'm talking about. You know? Oh, shit. To the end, you know, I'll give away the end, but how your thoughts can be heard by Satan or by even other things, you know, besides Satan, your thoughts. So sometimes you got to keep your thoughts to yourself, not meaning your mouth, right? Keeping your thoughts to yourself is actually not even putting the thought in your head. You got to learn how to block your thoughts, because I know there's something listening inside of me. You know, it has the ability to listen what's being heard, you know, inside of me. If there's a thought or there's a conversation happening inside of me, then I got to learn how to block it out because others can listen to it. Or if something's trying to communicate with me, I got to learn how to block it out so others don't listen to it. Now, when it comes to like Satan and other things, like I never went that, you know, like I never thought it that way. When I first started, I thought more the government. I thought more the military. They were hacking my thoughts. They were hacking and trying to listen to what was inside me, right? That's the way I looked at it at first. And then I started looking at it like, you know, I got more spiritual and I was like, holy shit, like Satan and demons and, you know, we could just say aliens too, maybe, I don't know, but I know Satan and demons and other things, you know, they can listen to your thoughts. Or you could keep your mouth shut all you want, but you know, inside you and everything, you got to learn how to block it out, because other things want to hear, like, screw what comes out of your mouth. That's not important. That's not important of what comes out of your mouth. What's important is what's inside you, what you hold inside. You know what I mean? Like I tell people, I hold a lot of things within me, and then I wait a very long time to the right moment to let it out. And sometimes it was years later before I let it out. And lately I've been letting things out like faster, you know? And who knows, you know, I kind of know, but I don't want to say. But like I said, so I've learned how to put these like, I just blocks and like it's like putting codes, or you're putting like an anti-security inside you or whatever, you know what I mean? Like where it's not easy for anything to get. It's very more advanced than that, because like I said, you're going to be facing some supernatural things, and yeah, it really is Satan and God and angels and demons and other things, and it really is the military and the government too. Or sometimes, hey, Night of Devils knows it could be vampires too, dude. They can fucking hear your thoughts. So just let's keep it simple. Let's just say vampires are trying to read your thoughts. How do you block them from doing that? You know what I mean? You got to learn how to block your thoughts from a vampire reading your mind. And if they're not reading their mind and they're reading your spirit or your soul, then you got to learn how to block that, you know? So, but that's the, you know, that was the easy way of explaining it, I guess you could say, right? I should have said it that way in the first place. Because vampires are known to read minds, right?
When you're favored by God, you're also favored by the devil. He's coming for you too. So you just gotta be strong and stay on the right side. Whose side you gonna go on? He's gonna give you power too. He's gonna get in your head too, but it's whose side you gonna stay with. You stay with who brought you here. You go home with the guy that brought you to the dance. You know? You have to be disciplined. Disciplined is doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it. Just remember, God loves you, so does he. He's after you too. It's a war. You gotta really believe that. If you don't believe it, you'll find out. You need faith, because you're not smarter than Satan, brother. I know you may think you ain't smarter than Satan. You need faith. You need faith, brother. He's good. He knows your weakness. He knows you before you was existing. You can't talk slick to him.
Yeah, but how
He gives you all your thoughts probably sometimes.
Yeah.
When you're favored by God, you're also favored by...
Yeah. Okay, Power Ranger X, that's for you, right? See, and there's the devil right there, dude. See, I told you. See, perfect timing, right?
The
Let's hear it
devil.
one more time.
He's coming for you too. So you just gotta be strong and stay on the right side. Whose side you gonna go on? He's gonna give you power too. He's gonna get in your head too, but it's whose side you gonna stay with. You stay with who brought you here. You go home with the guy that brought you to the dance. You know? You have to be disciplined. Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it. Just remember, God loves you, so does he. He's after you too. It's a war. You gotta really believe that. If you don't believe it, you'll find out. You need faith, because you're not smarter than Satan, brother. I know you may think you ain't smart as Satan. You need faith. You need faith, brother. He's good. He knows your weakness. He knows you before you was existing. You can't talk slick to him.
Yeah, but have
He
you...
gives you all your thoughts probably sometimes.
Yep. Hear that? You can hear your thoughts probably sometimes. Yep. So, see, that's my kind of woman right there, dude. Like, I love a woman that's fucking knows who she is, what's inside of her, crazy as fuck, but she's confident that she has self-control of it, right? What do you guys think? Self-control. That's what I see in this picture. Like, you know, that self-control, dude. Because I'm telling you, you got some woman, something like this inside them, and they don't have control. They're going to be like, fucking, dude, it's a nightmare, dude. You know, it's like, come on, take control, you know, control yourself, control what's inside you, control, you know what I mean, your gift, you know, because if you don't control the gift, what does it turn into, Knight of Devils? What does a gift always turn into when you don't have control of it? You think he fast to Bruce Lee, right? Or Power Ranger X, what does a gift turn into if you lose control of it? Oh, you guys take too long. It's a curse. It's a curse, you guys. So if you have a gift and you don't have control of your gift, it technically it's a curse. So yeah, see? Right there. It turns into a curse. It's like how could I say, it's like a gift and a curse acts on its own and it just takes control of you. You know, like you become its puppet, right? Like you become the puppet of the gift and the curse, and it's all the same thing, right? Again, if we turned a gift and we turned a curse into this person, they're the same person. They just have like a split personality, right? And then they'll take control of you and they'll control you like a puppet, you know? So you got to control the gift and control the curse, and the best way to do that is looking at them both as the same person. So, and thank God we have the ability of knowing what a person is or a thing, you know, or like just at least a person or a thing. If we never knew what a person or a thing was, man, it would be a little bit harder to explain how to defeat certain things or take control of certain things or how to do it, you know? Man, because nobody realizes that a person or thing hasn't always existed, you know? It wasn't always in existence, you know? So, yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes. See, that's me, you guys. Self-control. That's, self-control. Control what you have on the inside. Control what you are. Control everything you have become. Because if you don't control everything you have become, it starts to control you. That's why you got to separate yourself from yourself at times. Do you know how to do that, Knight of Devil? Separate yourself from yourself? Like, you literally got to separate yourself from yourself. Yes, it's exactly what I said. You got to separate yourself from yourself, and that's going to help you take self-control of what's, you know what I mean? Like, what you're trying to control. So if you don't separate yourself from yourself, you're never going to see what you're trying to control. Do you get what I'm saying? You're going to feel it. You're going to feel the battle and the war day in, day out, night in, night out. But if you don't separate yourself from yourself, you're never going to see it. You know, that's the only way to see it, you know? Aliens. Yes, I have separate my... What you should do one day, Knight of Devils, and you just got to learn how to do it. if you haven't already. You got to find the beginning of time. Don't go past the beginning of time. I know that's the easy part. Find the beginning of time. It's like the border, right? It's like you're at the border. You could go further past the border, but stop at the border, right? And then what you're gonna do is separate yourself from yourself, but you're gonna put your other half at the end of time. Now there's gonna be a border as well at the end of time. And you could go past the end of time, but you don't do that. You stay at the border, right? So once yourself is at the beginning of time on that border, and then you have yourself at the end of time on the border, you're going to meet yourself in the middle. Now, the thing is both of you don't know where the middle is yet. You have no idea. When you meet yourself and you become one once more, that's when you know you have met the middle, the midpoint, right? And the thing is you only can trust yourself. So when you meet yourself, then again, you're going to know it's the truth that, hello, like, this is the middle, this is the midpoint. And as everybody can say, oh, well, how do you know this is the midpoint? This is the middle. There's just so much in between the beginning and the end, like it's unknown. Well, because I separated myself from myself. I put myself at the border at the beginning of time. I put myself at the border at the end of time, which you can't do that until you find it. You know what I mean? Like, you got to find it first. And then, of course, when you close in and you meet yourself, then all of a sudden, well, this is the middle. This is the midpoint. Because if you do it with someone else, let's just say your best friend, your dad or your mom, brother, sister, or whatever it is, if you put yourself at the beginning of time and you put your mom or sibling or best friend or wife or whoever at the end, and then you guys meet each other in the middle, you don't know if it's the middle or not because it's not you. You shouldn't trust anyone else but yourself. And when it comes to something like that, what I'm explaining, it's very important you do it on your own. And the only way to do it, again, is separating yourself from yourself and doing what I said. Then you're going to find the middle. You're going to find the truth. And as other people start doing this as well, we're all going to be meeting in the middle. And we're all going to be like, well, wait a minute. I was right. This is the middle, because how is this the middle for you? This is the middle for you, and this is the middle for you. And we all use the same technique. And everybody else used different techniques, and now they're lost. Now they're lost. You know what I mean? And I feel bad for the ones I already told, hey, don't go past the border. They went past the border, and guess what? They're never coming back. Like, that's how time works, dude. That's how you figure it out, man. You know what I mean? That's how you figure it out, I mean, I hope that's, well, it's so, yeah, so, that's, anyways, woo, that was, man, oh, yeah, that's how I feel like right now, you guys. Remember, I'm fighting a stomach virus right now. Fuck, that's me right there. So, did that make sense, you guys? You get it now? I hope it does, because telling you now, that's the only way to do it. And you guys pulled it out of me, right? Remember I told you certain things I just want to hold inside me, and you guys pulled it on out. But hey, if you could pull certain type of knowledge out of me, guess what? You deserve it. That's the way I've always looked at it. I'm like, damn, if that person or these people pulled the knowledge out of me, and it wasn't supposed to come out, I was supposed to stay within me, like, fuck, like, you guys deserve it, dude. You know what I mean? Because I already know I'm strong enough to hold it within me. And then if it comes out, then afterwards I realize, like, oh, man, that was supposed to stay within me. I wasn't supposed to tell anyone that. I'm like, well, they deserve it, because, fuck, dude. Like, it takes a lot of energy. Fatality. Now, you guys heard of Mortal Kombat, but you guys still haven't heard of Immortal Kombat. Immortal Kombat took place way before Mortal Kombat, but right now you're only hearing about Mortal Kombat. Immortal Kombat? Now, holy shit. That's where they called me Fatality. I was Fatality in Immortal Kombat. In Mortal Kombat, I was Fatality. And I was so fucking dangerous and violent, and everyone hated me. They fucking banned me from Immortal Kombat. And then all of a sudden, nobody even knows who I am. They just hear about Fatality in Mortal Kombat. and they see the consequences of a fatality, you know? Like, shit, that came from someone, you guys. And I know some of you don't get what I'm saying, but most of you should. Mine is brutality. Nice. Yeah, see? Knight of Devils, dude. Brutality. I was the shit. So remember, dude, in Immortal Kombat, dude, not Mortal Kombat, but Immortal Kombat, your brutality, man, on fatality. Yeah, MK1 may have a pathetic gameplay, but it's way more than meets the eye. Yeah, I heard Mortal Kombat 1, the remake was pretty good, but still, like, fuck, man, you know? How many times are they gonna remake things? If I get the game, I'm gonna be playing it all the time. I'm like trying to stay. That's why even Call of Duty. I'm just trying to stay away from gaming because I work a lot, dude. I'm working like a lot, you know. And the job I have, dude, I got great opportunities going for me right now, and I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I want to do what I do, but at the same time, it's somewhat fun just like live the human life, you know, and like blend in, right? Nobody knows who you are, what you're about. They only got a glimpse here and there of certain things you speak to them about, which some people at work trip out. But man, nobody at work knows my Instagram, my things, or what I talk about, nothing. Like, I don't want nobody knowing nothing, dude. I just want to go to work and be human and blend in, be as mortal as possible, which it's hard. Everybody calls me, you know, at work they know me as immortal now. They always have. I've never hid that. But, you know, I'm just trying to blend in, dude. Just trying to, you know, live life as secretly as possible, I guess you could say. But like I said, I'm having fun though. I'm having a lot of fun, you know, interacting with people, and it's like live streaming, but without the live stream being on, right? Like you know, like dealing with people and the way I work, the way I'm sales talking and who I am. I'm the same way at work with more. I'm like more like into it, like energized. And you know, like I said, sometimes like, man, I wish I could live stream myself so everyone can really see what I do and like how badass I am, you know? Like you know, but again, like I said, that's why I feel like okay, I'm live stream making really good money, and you know, I just don't have the cameras on, but it's cool though because my job allows me to do this once a watch. You know, I've been doing a live stream like once a month, once every 2 months lately, but the way I save my videos and the way I do things, dude, like it doesn't matter if I did something 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 1 year ago. It's all going to be important. As I tell everybody, like everything's going to connect its own way within time, or everything I put out there is going to be, you'll see, you know what I mean? Like the way I do things is it's a little out of order, where there's certain things I said 4 years ago, it's going to be important tomorrow. Something that I said today now connects to something I said or did, you know, 2 years ago. You know, and like I said, and some of the things I put out there have been deleted. Some of it's getting muted. And like I said, that's not my fault. You know, I already gave them the warning not to delete or, you know, not to do anything, you know, that's put out there, you know, especially a person like myself. And there's others like, you know, like me, they're having their things deleted, or they're having you know what I mean? Like they're like certain, like they don't get it, you know, they just don't get it. They're ruining the game, I guess you could say, you know. Like they're ruining the game, you know, and it's not even a game anymore, right? It's like, oh, I'm playing this game and oh, level 8 was deleted. All right, well, how do I get to level 9? Well, you have to, you know, play and defeat level 8 to get to level 9. All right, well, how do I play level 8 if it's been deleted or it's muted or it's this or that? It's like, well, we don't know. Whoever did it's going to be in trouble. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's the way I look at it. When I put my knowledge out there, when I put my streams out there, when I put certain things out there, my Instagram or wherever else, even my Discord, the way I put it out there, I already know like things I put out years ago or months ago is going to connect with certain things today, and certain things I say today are going to connect with things, you know, years ago or months ago. But the thing is like I look at all like a game, you know, it's like a game that's continuous, like the, you know, bigger game going on in this world. I look at it like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, that's a good picture of me. Yeah. So then after I look at it, there you go. That's a good picture of you. So I look at it like, there's levels, you know what I mean? And every level's, being played, every day, yeah, every day is a level, we'll call it, right? So again, in order to make it to the next level, you have to, you know what I mean? Like defeat, this day, this knowledge that was, for this day, or you gotta, in order to move forward, you gotta pass this level. But if people are deleting it or going, because it's not just me, you're connecting my knowledge with other people too, like other things or other time. It's like, it's weird. There's so much going on right now where everything or everyone's connecting and jumping around, but you don't see it. You don't understand it because either you joined the game too late or you were never meant for the game or you just, I don't know. It's just, it's hard to explain sometimes. Like, again, Night of Devils, that's why like, I know he would understand it better than anyone else, and like I said, Power Ranger X, the more you're around, you understand it more. But like I said, the best thing I could say is if you ever feel like you're in trouble, you ever feel like you don't know what to do, or like I said, you really have this weird feeling like you don't know who to call out to. Like no joke, I called out to God, and I'm telling you now, you really do call out to God and have a conversation with God. You have no idea, what God would do for you, dude, because even I didn't even know. And then, like I said, and then I also figured out, about Goddess. I never called out to Goddess, but I know she's more connected to women. I know she's busy, just as busy as God. And like I said, God will take care of the men, Goddess will take care of the women. Because there's not enough time for God to take care of everyone. And for some odd reason, I got this weird feeling he's not allowed to touch women. Not like physically, I'm talking about like if a woman is calling out to God for help, he's not allowed to help her, because Goddess has to help her. In order for Goddess to help a woman, that woman or that female has to call out to Goddess, not God. Men need to call out to God, because there's a lot of people right now that need to be saved, and God and Goddess, there's not enough time for them to save everybody because you have no idea how much time it takes on each person to save you, because again, God and Goddess can also see all your past lives. So if God and Goddess has to see all your past lives and study your life all the way backwards into how many thousands, millions, or billions of years to see if you're worth to save or if you're there, like it takes time. Each person takes time. Like God doesn't just come and help me and because I called out to him or like, I begged for God's help, and he didn't just come and like, oh, and judge this life. Man, he judged all my past lives and gave me the knowledge and the memories of them, and then all of a sudden Goddess came around and I'm like, wow, like this is amazing. And then I started feeling invincible, like I could do no wrong, like I could never do anything wrong. Like I got fucking God and Goddess on my side, and then more started coming, and then I started realizing who God and Goddess was, and then I started realizing about the Lord and Lordess, and then the fucking Goddess and goddesses and Lordess goddesses and all this other stuff started coming. I'm like, holy shit, dude. But it all started from me suffering my entire life and begging for God's help, begging him for answers, begging, like that's all I asked was God, 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 and like I said, and when I was growing up as a kid, as I told people, I never believed in God. I believed in hell, so I was scared of it because like I said, I didn't have the same dreams and nightmares as everybody else did, but I knew hell was real. I know I seen it. I know I was there. I've been there a few times, like no joke, dude. But the thing is, like I said, I never believed in God. I was always, I always just accepted I was going to hell, dude. I just accepted it. I was like, well, I'm going there. And as I started getting older, and like I said, I said this before, as it started getting closer to 2012, I just, cause thinking the world was really going to end in 2012, I knew hell was real and I knew it was forever. And I just kept begging God, like, please, God, I don't want to go to hell. I don't deserve to go to hell. Why am I going to hell, God? Please, like, man, like, I don't want the world to end. And then, like, as time started clicking, the older I started getting, like, when I was young, though, like, probably, like, when I was 8 years old, I was like, I got time, you know? And then, 11 years old, I could tell myself, like, I got time, you know, I got time, like I'm not gonna get old until many years, you know. I don't, and then because I just again, I knew I was going to hell. That's it. And then all of a sudden, I started believing in God, and then, like I said, the rest is history, dude. Like I just I didn't want to go to hell forever, you know. And then all of a sudden, everything was given to me, and I was just like, damn, you know, like it. I would never. Oh man, like I'll put it this way, you know, like to gain what I have today, right? To gain who I am today. That let's just put it that way. I gained who I am today. It wasn't given to me. I gained it. I earned it, you know? Anybody could have had it, but it was me. And it was because I'm telling you, nobody really knows yet how much I've suffered or how much I was suffering, what I've been through. And I'm just like, man, like I still begged God, you know, like just help me, and then I just became, and like I said, and that's where I got comfortable with God. That's why I'm like, I could say like, oh, I'm stronger than God, or oh God, I'll put God through this. I joke around in certain ways, but at the same time, I know I'm stronger than God. I know I'm giving God an experience He's never gained before, but He's loving it, you know what I mean? I'm giving Goddess an experience she's never gained before, and guess what? She's loving it, because that's the greatest gift you could give God and Goddess, is an experience they've never gained before. And guess what? Now God and Goddess are saving each and every person's lives in this world, and they're taking their time on one person at a time. God isn't helping 100, 1,000, or 1,000,000 people at once. Goddess isn't helping all these women or females at once. Like, no, God and Goddess, they go to each person one at a time, and they stick with them, and they try to give them their past lives. They look at it, like they study all, like they start the beginning for God and Goddess for you is they start how could I say, like, this is the beginning. This is the start for God. So God, okay, for an example, God barely came into Power Rangers X's life, right? Boom, God came into his life. Now, God is not going to be helping me, helping Night of Devils, helping anybody else. God is now, you know, it's his mission to save Power Ranger X's life. So now God is saying, okay, well, the start is right now. Is right now. Now, where it ends, I don't know yet, because I don't know, you know, God doesn't know, you know, like how far back your past lives go. Some people have deeper past lives than others, you know. Well, you know, like the true immortals have a deeper past life. Now, are there immortals that, you know, their past lives don't go as deep? Yeah. I mean, you just don't have a deep past life, but there's nothing wrong with it. But some people, you know, like myself, you know, as a true immortal, I have a deeper past life. So sometimes, you know, it takes time for certain people, for God to see all their past lives, to go through it, judge them, to see if, like, how can I help them to save them, or when to give up or not. And then, of course, other people it's just fast, or others it's just long, you know? So yeah, dude, like I said, so if God came into your life, Power Ranger X, like I said, it's just he's gonna take your time on you and you alone. And if somebody else tries to say God this, God that, it's like, no, dude, God doesn't help thousands of millions of people at once. He takes his time on each person, because we just gotta look at it like this, and we're gonna break it down, get off this subject, because you know me, I could talk forever. Let's just put it like this. If each person is their own universe, right? And let's say God's gift is able to experience each person's universe. It's like a theme park, right? If God has been to the same theme park over and over again, God would look at it as a nightmare. He would look at it as hell. You know, now I'm not going to speak about Goddess, but we'll talk about God. He will look at it as hell, like, man, it's the same universe again. Man, same universe again. Man, same universe again. It's like they're all fucking clones, dude. Like, this is boring. This is stupid. Like, this is the same theme park over and over again every day. Like, I hate this, right? It's like hell. Now, if God experiences a different universe within each person, because every person's their own universe, then guess what? That's a gift to God, because he's like, damn, a different experience. Wow, a different experience, or holy crap, that person was super evil and wicked, but it was a different experience. You know what I mean? But again, it's like God has to take his time on each person, because each person is a universe. And God, I mean, in some weird way, I'm telling you now, God likes to take his time, because time is different to God than it is to others, obviously. And God likes to take his time. And even to the immortals, you know what I mean? Like certain immortals out there, their time concept of time, even though theirs is greater than your average person, still can't surpass what God has, like what, it's just weird. Like, still can't surpass what, I don't know, you know what I mean? I don't want to go any further, because I can't say, there's certain things I can't put the words together. I have the imagery of it, but I know like Night of Devils and others will like hear what I'm saying and probably saying, you need to stop talking. We see it all already, right? And I've had people do that, like, oh, dude, you're good. You don't have to say no more. I see all of it. I see it. Like, you're right. Like, boom, I don't need to say nothing else, but sometimes I still keep talking, but yeah, like I said, that's just the best way I can kind of put it, I guess. And hopefully you could see it. That's the whole point. You could see it. Okay. Hello? Oh, okay. Shit, I turned on the mic. I had a double mic on, dude. That's what happened. Huh. All right. So, hold up. Okay. So, so the way I look at it is like, this is our temple, right? These bodies are our temples right now, right? And our temple, our bodies was invaded by this brain. We have a brain now, this is how can I say it? This temple is our body, and the brain is not supposed to be there. Like, that's the enemy trying to like take over, And I look at it like, man, well, if we want to look at it like biblical, what if the brain right now, the brain that is in everybody's body right now, what if that was created by the beast? And that's why I try to separate myself from my brain, or they say, mind over matter, or mind over matter, because you're giving more power to the beast, right? If you say mind over matter, then yeah, you're giving power to the beast. Or the more you say you promote the mind, you're giving power to the beast. You know what I mean? Like, or the more that you're fooled into you need the mind and the brain for this, and that, or even to live or to think or to do that, you're giving power to the beast. You know what I mean? What happens if you don't need, like I said, I always tell people, what happens if you don't even need the brain? You don't even need the mind. The spirit has it all. You just need the spirit or the soul, and it has everything. It's like, you don't need that. You don't need a brain, But what if, like I said, what if the true genius of the beast was, I'm going to create a brain. No, I'm going to create this. That's what I'm going to create this, which it looks like a brain, and we're going to call it a brain, and we're going to put it, somehow get it inside these bodies, these temples, these, you know what I mean? These, whatever you want to call we'll call it a body, but others call it more than that, right? We're going to put it in there, and then now he's going to have control of everything, you know what I mean? Or fool you into everything. And sometimes I think that's the way people have to think, like, what if the brain that's inside of our body right now was created by the beast? What if it was the beast that created it, and everything that you're fighting against and all that is really your spirit fighting the mind, but this whole time you didn't know that, but again, there's little ways to think about it like that. I mean, I can't be, I'm not always wrong, right or wrong. But I think it's a good theory, like, what if? And that's where I like, what if this or what if that, because then you prepare for it, or you are prepared for it, because if you're not, then like I said, you're just, you know what I mean? You're going to allow certain things to happen without even thinking about it.
Which is the name.
So what do you think of, cults, dude, and aliens?
Well, what cult are we talking about? You gotta have like a base.
Just cults in general, like cults, like a
I don't want to
cult?
be that guy, but yeah, define cult. Like, what do you think?
To
What do you think
me,
the definition is?
a cult is like a race.
I
Like
can see that. It's
like
it's a
someone
culture,
saying you're black,
but a
you're
culture is
British, or
more
you're
external to someone's identity
yeah,
and genetic.
a cult is also not just like a race, but it's also like a belief that you have to believe in, some type of manipulation. Either if it's wrong or right, it's like you're trying to manipulate instead of the person finding it on their own. You know what I mean?
For a certain lens, I'd say there's certain truth to that. Yeah.
Okay. So like, what do you like? Do you believe there's one cult that controls all the other cults?
Well, I think this devolves into the idea of like hive minds.
Okay.
Like it's like working for one purpose, whether exterior things happen which are against that purpose for the singularity of thought or consciousness.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I get you, Bean. It's like pretty
Okay.
much saying like okay, it's like this. This is the way I look at it.
Look at
Okay,
it like in terms of like Terminator.
that's what I was
And
gonna say. Terminator,
Computer
like
network.
yeah, that's what I was gonna about to say, dude. You pulled it out of my mind, to be honest. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
gonna
kind
be
of
like
figured you were thinking that.
yeah, it's gonna be like Skynet. Like
Mm,
Skynet's the cult.
that's the word.
Yeah,
That's the name.
Skynet's the cult, right? Like that's the original cult, Skynet.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Skynet puts some Terminators over here, and like, yeah, you guys are gonna be the cult of whatever, and they're gonna feed them knowledge. Or you guys are gonna be this cult. It's like Skynet's
Hmm.
experimenting with their own creation, right? Creating all these cults, and all these cults are fighting over who's wrong or right. But in reality, they're all connected to the main cult, which is Skynet.
Oh yeah, it's like division of labor / ad hoc of chain of command. If you look at it from like a military perspective.
Yeah. Cool. Do you want to watch this video? You are God.
Yeah, sure. I'm
I want to
watching on
find
stream.
All right, find out like how you got. So, all right. So, being gods, being gods, Dan, sometimes, we got to do what we got to do sometimes, right? Cuz we're gods, right? So, we got to do what we got to do sometimes to show our dominance. And like I said, it's just the world we live in now, we're
Donkey
digging.
and the stick, mate.
Huh?
Donkey and the stick. Use the stick to, but you always give as little as possible to motivate the machine to move forward. The machine being the donkey.
Okay. And it's up to the donkey to how motivated it
The
is.
illusion of the carrot. The illusion of the carrot is the motivation that it will be eventually eating that carrot. That's what it's prophesizing that it will move forward for this carrot, right?
Okay.
And then the stick is used when sorry, I can hear myself on the stream. I'm gonna have to mute the stream. Yeah, so basically the stick is obviously an ulterior. It's for the same motivation, but it's ulterior to I'm losing myself in my words. Basically, the stick's just a negative reinforcement of the person on the fucking donkey who wants the donkey to keep moving forward when the donkey gives up.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I know
I
what you're
got
saying.
taught that from a very young age when I was in history, in history class.
Okay. And who taught you that? A jackass? Ah!
Well, this brother
okay.
was a communist, so
Yeah. Well, I don't think you got the joke. Donkey.
No, I
donkey is a
got it.
jackass.
I got
Okay.
it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if British people know that donkeys are jackasses.
No, yeah, no, I get it.
Oh,
I get it.
okay. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know British humor to American humor.
I'm just a bit buzzed right now. I've been drinking a bit. So.
What did you drink?
I've been drinking Rockstar Energy and other things. Yes.
Oh, okay. So poison, and more poison.
Yeah, you know what? That reminds me of a song.
That girl is poison. That's not the I think of that girl is poison.
Nah, it's not that one. It's another one actually.
I think you cut off, dude.
Yeah, nah, my mic's fucked.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I just like I said,
For shit.
I can't wait. I want the world to become better. And I truly think the only way this world's gonna get better is by blowing it up and rebuilding it. And I know people
I know
think like, how
people
can
who
we?
have that same thought. I know people who have that same thought process.
Yeah, we gotta.
Because they're tired of the establishment. They're tired of the politics. They're tired of fucking what's his name? Who's that guy who fucking keeps nodding off in Congress or the Senate?
Oh yeah, he's the old dude. I forgot his
Oh
name.
yeah.
I know what
Oh
you're talking
fuck
about.
him. Who cares? Like he's not
Did it
even worth knowing his
twice.
name.
I know. I just look at
Nah,
it to
like
blow up the world because you know what's crazy, dude, is yeah, it took millions upon billions of world. I mean, years to build this world. You know, like get this world where it's at. But
yeah. I mean,
the
like
thing
that's why
is
I can see.
we can actually destroy it and rebuild it faster than any. Like, dude, we could do it within minutes now. You know what I mean? With what we have.
It
Uh,
sounds to me. I've got a point, right, from what you've just said. That I can see. That's why you find ancient civilizations which have surfaced and resurfaced. I don't know why my mic keeps cutting off. By the way, I can see why you find that so fascinating, and for a fact, it all you're looking for is change, not conservatism. Yeah,
I'm looking for a
you
balance,
you, you, you
between.
utilize the free independence of thought through liberal/libertarian means, and then you need to actuate that. That's what or we need to actuate that. Not saying us per se,
Yeah.
but people in relevant power sort of systemic structure. I'm not trying to be like some Marxist fucking LGBTQ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not that from that crowd, but a consensus is I think that's why if you look up, for example, intellectual dark web. So if I send this to you, just pull it up on stream. We'll have the same opinion, but they all agree that different people from different genders have different values, and different people with different ideas, which is for some reason like an ostracized that's what people don't want people recognizing. People in power don't want people recognizing that people are just people, and they shouldn't be stereotyped as well as they should be stereotyped. Remember when you were on ISIS stream saying it's 50-50, 50-50, so on?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can probably link that idea, like for example, that woman on the bus, or who came, or who was talking about the bus. Remember? She kept.
Yeah, I
she
know.
Bonded.
Yeah,
she
yeah,
bonded.
yeah.
She bonded through recognition of your understanding of 50-50 when she said
Yeah,
50-50.
like for 50%, I feel like she did have a little bit of mental health, but the other 50% she didn't.
Left
And
brain, right brain, basically.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
and then there's other people where hey, like when we met that dude on the streets and he was talking about the emperor and China and all that stuff, like there was no mental health there whatsoever. Like I really felt like he was just there was no mental health. He was just straight up, just if he didn't go through that, then he had the spirit within him that did. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
like maybe it was like a soldier that said, "I'm gonna get my revenge one day, and they're gonna know about this," and finally like possessed him or something and got the message out there. And like I said, there's many ways around it. Dark images being subjected to copyright and learn more.
No, just the top part is the
Oh,
relevant
okay.
part.
Yeah, so then like I said, what's funny is I was just talking the Night of Devil. It was just today too. I was talking Night of Devils.
I've got something we could do actually.
Watch, look at. So you have trans. We're talking about trans, right? So you have trans, right?
That was the interlinking thing when I searched up intellectual dark web diagram. It came up with intellectual dark web versus transgenderism or transgender people. I think it was transgender people because transgenderism is actually an idea, whereas transgender people are actual transgender people. You see what I'm
Okay,
saying?
so you know TransUnion, right? So you have trans, right? Which I was
I don't
explaining.
know much about TransUnion actually.
Okay, so you have trans, and trans is they're already putting
Oh,
trans to a gender.
TransUnion.
Yeah,
I see.
gender. So Cassius, you have trans, which it's fooling you, transgender. It's saying trans is a gender, but it's not because transgender is a gender.
It's
Trans is something
basically an
different.
equity gap.
Yep, and then you got transformers.
Financially and not just financially, but it's also ideologically. It's
But
basically splitting people's brains.
yeah, you got
Like
transformers.
modern day lobotomization through MK Ultra. That's the equivalent of my synopsis.
So I have a feeling
If
that
that makes sense.
TransUnion has a connection between transgenders. TransUnion is a very powerful credit union everybody
American, I can
uses.
see that. 200 million files profiling nearly every
Yes,
credit.
and I feel like there could be
My
dark
credit is
magic.
dog shit, you know. Like I cred max. I don't give a fuck about my credit if I'm honest.
Yeah,
Because I'm never gonna buy a house. Like as far as I'm concerned in this modern day,
yeah.
I'm always gonna be renting. Or like
What if you need
buy
a? What if you?
something
What
with
if you have
liquid
to?
cash, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a difference between you don't need good credit to buy something.
What if you have to buy a wife, dude?
Buy a wife? Well,
Oh,
I
fuck.
mean, mate, that's a symbiotic of nature, I guess. Like, you know, that's not an equation I've really fucking like been bothered to care about.
Hey, I could do my tier list. I see. I wouldn't know how to do that.
Yeah.
That's
See
right,
that?
exactly.
See, this is an intellectual dark web tier list. This came up when I searched. You can make like different speakers. I don't know all these people, if I'm honest, but I recognize a lot of them.
Word. You see my vision. Yeah, I see what you mean, dude. It's the same thing, you know. Yeah, we got to connect it all together, and you know, one thing leads to another. Sometimes, like I said, you find out things today, and it links up to things years ago, or you'll find out things years ago that are linking up today, or there's others you might find shit out, you know, I don't know, link something from 2 weeks ago, and you don't really know what it is, and then a year later it just comes to you, and then all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, I remember this, you know. Like it's like time, dude. Just jump. Like that's why I tell people knowledge is important. Try to remember as much of it as you can of everything you see and hear, because you're gonna need it, you know what I mean, to connect things with the future and past, because some things haven't happened yet, you know, or some things aren't connected yet, you know what I mean, because the future isn't here, and some things already happened. You just got to remember it, or else it's just going to be lost, you know. Dating back to World War II makes me think about my family history. Truth, yes. And I know, I kind of wonder what my family history. I kind of want to do one of those DNA test swap thingies, find out where I'm part of. Like I don't know exactly, but I don't know if I want them to have my saliva or my DNA. They're gonna clone me, man. They're gonna clone me. So the power of the word. Crazy how we have mouths to even speak or do this right now, you know? Like we're literally like have our mouths, you know what I mean, to fucking communicate the way we do. Power concedes without the demand. It never did and never will. Yeah. It's in the power. The drama of people lacking the knowledge of their identities. No need for DNA, just do ancestry. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. That's what I meant. The ancestry archives. There, yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, that's true. They already have it, huh? So thanks, Power Ranger X, for stopping by. I appreciate it. Night of Devils, as always. I appreciate it. We'll talk some more, obviously. And Dan the man. Thanks, Dan, for stopping by. So that was pretty cool. Finally got to talk to you again, and this time was a little bit different. Seemed like we really got to talk more, and I don't know, man. Maybe you should do some live streaming. I don't. You got so much knowledge, and you got, you know, you got a lot of to yourself. I mean, you should do some live streaming, man, and share what you know to the world. But yeah, you know, you connect it very well. You understand how it connects and how it works and all that. So I mean, obviously, like I said, the rare few can, you know, understand it. You know, you're still around, and others are joining now, and you know, there's a couple others or people that are still around as well, and um, like I said, man, you know, just, you know, we're gonna keep growing, dude. We're all gonna keep growing, and You know, just all we got to do is focus on ourselves. And the more we focus on ourselves, we just start meeting others like ourselves. And then we're like, wow, like, you know, like that's who I should be talking to or chilling with or, you know, having these conversations with or whatever it is. Because, like I said, you just know who to speak to because, you know, they've keyed in on certain things. Like I said, we're always playing with time right now, you know, the past, the future, right now. You know, it's all going to connect. That's why it's very important to hold on to certain memories or hold on to things. But like I said, these fucking idiots, dude, they keep deleting videos or muting this or, you know what I mean? And then it's when you're trying to think like, oh yeah, I need to connect this with something I saved, and you go back over there to watch the video or to see it or whatever to connect, you know, what's going on to help save this world, I guess you could say. What do you know? It's deleted, no longer there. So, oh well, you know, fuck the world then, you know, like I tried. That's all the way I look at it. So, and then once the world is destroyed, then we'll find out who it was and what led to it, and they would be the ones that are going to suffer forever, not us, you know? We just got to live in the moment of time. Well, whatever's doing this is going to be living in the moment out of time, suffering. You know, that's just the way it works, you know? So let them get away what they want now with time and whatever else. Let them have the power to try to delete this and delete that and don't say this, don't say that, and fuck everything up. So let them do it, you guys, because I'm telling you, they're only fucking themselves. And, you know, and then when we meet them again, dude, or we meet them sooner than later, they're going to fucking regret it, dude. I'm telling you now. Tired of all these things getting deleted and then trying to look at old videos or look at certain things or connect the past to the future, see how it's working. And it's just, you know, they do shit to make it harder, and it's just, you know, it's fucked up, dude. You just don't delete, you know, knowledge from gods, you know what I mean? Even angels or anything else. Even there's certain demons, you never want to delete their knowledge either. Devils as well, right? So, or whatever else is out there. So anyways, guys, yeah, stream is over with. I'm just gonna play the rest of that quick other video, and I will probably stream one more time before TwitchCon. I know TwitchCon is like, I believe the 20th, the 23rd or something. I don't know. It's around there that weekend. So I'm gonna try to stream, have like a small stream one more time before that. Today was an unexpected stream, so like I said, yeah, so maybe I'll get a stream going, you know, right before that or something. So, like I said, my whole goal is just make it to TwitchCon without being banned. And you know, I always felt like something's always trying to get after me, dude, to like stop me from, you know, it's just gonna be. I've been wanting to go to TwitchCon forever, dude, and finally I'm going, and I'm excited to go. And I really hope I get to meet certain people I've been following for a while, you know, at TwitchCon, and say hi to them, see how they've been. And yeah, like I said, you know, it's just you know what, almost a month away. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. Can't believe it's happening, right? All right, you guys have a good night again. If you guys want to talk some more, you guys all know how to reach out to me. So I will talk to you later, and have an amazing night. And again, thanks to everyone who stopped by again, and I will catch you later.